my channel. This is Tita Lavinia of Titas of Pageantry, and for this episode, I will be bringing you my top 15 picks for the headshots at Miss Universe Philippines 2024. So please make sure you stick around, please subscribe to the channel, as well as hit that bell notification button for your weekly pageant picks. I hope that you're doing well. I know you're pretty excited because I don't usually put out content out there anymore. I usually just wait for Sunday, but I cannot wait. And this is a discussion that needs visual. So I'm really trying to fit this into my busy schedule. I think I can discuss a shorter episode for you. I'm really hoping so that I would have enough time to edit this and release the Kraken before Sunday. So we still have a lot of time to check our list and see if our favorites are consistent and if our favorites will make it to the top. So just to let you know, there are 55 candidates competing at Miss Universe Philippines this year, but as of yesterday, Wednesday, February 21st, it seems that one of the representatives withdrew from competition. She is, of course, Natasha Zhang, representing Kananga. So she won't be competing anymore. That's also one of the reasons why you guys who were waiting for the headshots to be released last night did not see her headshot in the roster. So she already gave out a statement saying that she withdrew from the competition due to personal reasons. So yeah, what else can we do but move on to the 54 girls that are still in the running? I am just not sure if she will be replaced by anyone because, as you know, if you get a representation at Miss Universe Philippines right now, it's not just because you wanted to represent and you're just gonna go in and submit your application. A lot of money is involved in your representation for your province, your city, or your municipality. So, without further ado, I will be giving you my favorite headshots. I will be very generous this time. I've extended my list to 15 girls. And just to answer some of your speculations on sabotage and things like that, to be honest, I really don't know who's responsible. I know that some of the heavy favorites did not have the most flattering photos submitted, so I'm just not sure whether that girls or their team submitted multiple photos or if the organization picked the best so photos. Yeah, I'm gonna start out with my list. I have 15 girls for you, and I'm going to start with number 15. She is Miss Albay Elaine Bernales. Elaine Bernales is one of the tallest in the competition. If I'm not mistaken, she's around 6 feet tall or a little taller than that. She is super promising, a little on the unpolished side, but I really like her headshot because this for me really is a depiction of a Filipina. There is nothing sharp with her photo. Everything is so round and delicate and just so approachable. And I talk about sharpness because these days we like makeup techniques that would make our face thinner, smaller, pointier, sharper. So I'm just glad that everything about her is more on the natural side, even if she obviously has makeup on. Number 14 goes to Palawan. She is Raven Doctor. Now, admittedly, I really wasn't too moved by her sashing ceremony presentation or appearance, and I thought that she did look model-esque, and that was my reason why I wasn't too keen on it. I suppose I was looking at her more on the aesthetics of what people look for in a model as opposed to a beauty queen. So I'm glad to have her on my list. I guess because of the hair. I think the hair really made a lot of difference. During the sashing ceremony, they opted for the stick straight long hair, which for me really made her head small. It made her look like a pin because she's so tall with such a small head. So now for this headshot, they changed her hair, changed her makeup a little bit. Her hair had more of that Thai lioness wave. So I'm really liking it because I think that it perfectly frames her face. And this is a beautiful and interesting face, so I really want to see more from Miss Palawan. Number 13 for me is Miss Zambales, Anita Rose Gomez. Now, of course, we're very familiar with Anita. She has been someone who's known in the local pageantry scene, so we're glad that she finally crossed over to the nationals and, really gave it a push. And I'm really liking this headshot of Anita because it's so sophisticated. It seems like it's put out there for like a jewelry ad or like something for feminine products maybe. So there's really a sophisticated air to the headshot that she submitted. I'm just a little worried though because I feel like we're losing Anita's spunk. She's blending in, and we know that she's a little different from a lot of these girls. She does have Samantha Bernardo's spunk and sass and a little bit of that MGI feels that we've been looking for. Remember, she does have that very CJ Opiaza feels to her campaign, but she's switching it now. She's getting more into the Miss Universe vibe. It's more sophisticated, it's more streamlined. I'm just losing her a little bit. All right. I'll move on to my number 12 spot. I will be giving this to Miss Talisay City. Her name is Mary Josephine Pasky. And I like this photo because this photo is fresh. It reminds me of a photo that might be submitted for a facial wash campaign or a skincare campaign. So there's that youthfulness and there's definitely that glow in the photo that she submitted. Number 11, I will be giving this to the model of the bunch. She is, of course, Miss Bulacan, Chelsea Manalo. Now, I have been following Chelsea Manalo's career ever since her Miss World Philippines stint from 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a while, and I've followed her throughout her makeup campaigns. I know that she was hired by Sunny's at one point. So this is a face that can really carry makeup. I absolutely love the styling. She covered her hair. She's racially ambiguous with the styling, which I really like. I just wish that the photo was just a little brighter, but everything else, I'm loving the direction. Number 10 for me, I will be giving this to another girl who covered her hair. I'm talking about Miss Mandawi's Victoria Ingram. I absolutely love this photo of Victoria. She was like more creative with her hair and makeup and the clothes. Her photo ended up looking like an editorial photo for a fashion magazine. So yeah, I'm really into it because everything else was just covered, but you could just see that beautiful face. It's just so maaliwalas. Number 9, I will be giving this to one of the heavy favorites in the competition still. She is, of course, Iloilo City's Alexi Brooks. Beautiful face, beautiful glowy makeup. She had pearls on. The pearls picked up on the light from the pearls and the graphics. I thought that was a really good way to prep her skin. I know that Alexi posted other versions of the photo that was chosen. I would have really wanted Sana, Miss Universe Philippines, to have chosen one of the photos of Alexi smiling. I think that would have been like a home run. But anyway, the photo that they posted for me was just really good enough to make her part of my list. But yeah, the skin alone and just the bone structure and the overall vibe, it looks healthy and it seems like it's promoting glow and youthfulness. So yeah, I'm really on board with Miss Iloilo City's photo. Number 8 for me is Miss Tagig. She is, of course, someone who doesn't need an introduction, but giving her her name anyway. She is, of course, Christy McGary. Now, I've seen Christy McGary in numerous campaigns. I've seen a lot of materials for her, of course, with her social media posting. So technically this isn't my favorite photo of her. I think that her team and Christy could do more. I felt that this photo is a great representation of her because she is Christy McGarry, and there's really very little room for error in her campaign. But I thought that this was a pretty solid photo. I just wish that she would have lifted her face a little upward because her nose just seemed a little shorter with her face looking down. So maybe just a different version if there are. I mean, I have no doubt that she can slay the other photo shoots. But for now, she's in my list, but she's somehow in the middle. Number 7 for me is another heavy favorite in the competition. One of my heavy and personal favorites. I am talking about Stacy Gabrielle of Kainta. Now, hers is very interesting because I think they all received instructions not to have like like a flashy background for their photo. And it's just so interesting because she thought of a workaround like, yeah, sure, we're not allowed to have a background. Why not wear the background? And she had a pink dress on and it had like a ruffle detail that really framed her. So, yeah, she went around the instructions, she went around the rule, and it's a classic way to say huli pero hindi kulong. I thought it was really playful. Face is really her card. I mean, you can't get this bone structure just about anywhere. So I am loving all of that angular feature. I'm loving the tan as well. The hair and the makeup, together with the pink dress, looks a little quinceanera for me. I am not too keen on the overlined lips, but that's just me because that's not my aesthetic. Like, even when I do my makeup, I don't really go for the overlined lips. I don't think that my face has the capacity for that. Number six is Stacy's doppelganger in the competition. I am talking about Tara Valencia from Baguio. I know that Tara is getting a lot of buzz these days. I'm really very happy for that. I mean, it's so evident. It seems that she is enjoying the competition and she really has a face that everyone can talk about because her face isn't just beautiful, it's also animated. And there's a lot of that youthful glow in her. Now, I know that Tara, again, just like the others, prepared a lot of photos from this photo shoot. I don't know why they picked this. I know that there are other versions, but this for me could have been more glowy. So I think they might have added, yes, a filter. They might have also tweaked the color and the saturation because I saw versions of this photo and it's more alive, if that makes sense to you. But having said this, I added Tara's photo to my list because if I'm questioning why it doesn't seem alive, I guess it just makes sense for me to really like this photo because kind of reminds me of the Twilight poster. I mean, she has that coloring with her hair, and they added colored contact lenses for her to wear, and it registered as if like she's a vampire in that poster. So yeah, I feel it, Baguio. Number five for me, this will be given to, again, one of the super heavy favorites in the competition, Quezon Province, of course, Atisa Manalo. Now, this is very interesting for me because Atisa has been really pushing and pushing to let people just digest the very idea that she is no longer the porcelain doll from way back. She has changed even her skin tone, her hair and makeup. It has more direction. It has lost that softness. It's edgier. It's more streamlined. She opted for stick straight share hair. And I think it was also smart of the team for her to wear statement earrings because everything else is so plain with the instructions. So if she added earrings, that's like a workaround for people to really zero in on your face. So the earrings for me is just a little distracting because they're too big, but I totally understand the purpose of having earrings that are just so bold and so out there for the whole look. If I have a little bit of a critique with the Atisa photo, it will have to be her super pale frosted lipstick. I'm just not a fan of this, but I have personal hugot because this is a shade that my mother absolutely adores. Now, I remember jokes that were said because my mother, every time she would come home from Japan, every time she would have a vacation in the Philippines, she would always wear frosted pink lipstick. And it's just so dated. Like this was back in the 90s and the early 2000s, and it seemed so dated because it seemed that she wasn't quite over the 80s where she absolutely flourished. So for me, every time I see frosted pink lipstick, I think of my mother and it makes me smile, not because it's endearing, but because, yeah, we gave her a difficult time for her lipstick choice. And I'm seeing it on Atisa. It's working, but yeah, frosted pink lipstick is still a no for me. All right. We're moving on to the higher ups. I'm talking about my number fourth spot. She is Cyril Payumo of Pampanga. Now, I feel a little bad for Cyril because when these new girls started coming in, she was sort of tossed to the side. And during the sashing ceremony, I also felt that she lost a bit of her glow. I suppose because she changed her hair and it's a lot darker now. But I hope that people won't overlook her because there is definitely something in Cyril. I will go back to her styling. I will go back to her headshot because I think that this is the softest that she has presented herself. I'm loving the hand. I mean, it's just so feminine and soft. I think this is a great color for her hair. I hope that they would reconsider and revert her back. Usually, I'm not a fan of really light contact lenses, but I suppose Cyril needs it for everything to be cohesive, and just give her that sun-kissed look. So I think this is a look that really works for her. And the final photo is just really very pretty, really very flattering on her. Number three is someone who cannot be denied in this competition as a major face card. My third spot goes to Kayla Carter of North California. I think that this is a no-brainer. A lot of people are in agreement that she is one of the prettiest faces in this competition. If it's just a face competition, then definitely Kayla Carter is right up there. I see her with a bit of a semblance or a bit of a Maureen Montaigne mix when it comes to sexiness, and but when it comes to fuller features, she kind of reminds me of our very own Celeste Cortesi with a dash of Kelsey Merritt. Now, all of the three girls that I mentioned to describe Kayla Carter, these are mind-blowing beauty. So you can just imagine those attributes in just one face. That's Kayla Carter for you. Number two is just someone I'm really happy about because I feel like not a lot of people are really noisy, or not a lot of people are really pushing for her candidacy this time around. And I'm talking about Bacoor's Victoria Velasquez Vincent. During the sashing ceremony, I think I was a little 50-50 with her overall styling, her hair and makeup. Hair is fine, makeup was just a little harsh for me. But these are like the common observations with Victoria Velasquez Vincent. Like a lot of people would say, yeah, she's a little on the mature side when it comes to hair and makeup. But you know what? I think they really nailed it for her headshot this time. She was just symmetrical. Her hair was soft and she had this beautiful eyes. I think that not a lot of makeup artists really know what to do with her eyes. If they make her eyes too sharp, she ends up looking sleepy. If they make her eyes more rounded, it makes her eyes look a lot bigger than it actually is. So it really is challenging to manipulate makeup and really make it work for Victoria. And I think that for this headshot, everything went well for her. So now I will be giving you my number one spot, and I'm just so happy that there are still so many girls to choose from. So you might not have an idea, but now I will be revealing my number one spot because I feel like the girls from this category were just a little disappointing from the sashing ceremony. It felt like they did not have a fighting chance with both styling and pasarela. So I'm happy that at least for the photos, one of the representatives from their team is doing pretty well. And I'm talking about my number one spot, UK's Christina Chalk. I've been waiting for Christina Chalk to really announce herself, and I thought that she might do that at the sashing ceremony, but it was a little disappointing that she was in a really frilly dress. It was so busy, it was so voluminous that it took away from her beauty. And the styling also seemed a little dated because they were going for that vintage feel instead of something that's more contemporary. That's why I am in love with this headshot because it's so contemporary and there's a little bit of a movement, there's a little bit of that hair action, and there was a lot of focus on that beautiful face and that beautiful bone structure. So there you have it, guys. That is my blow by blow account of the girls that resonated with me. Don't worry if your favorites are not on the list. They have a long way to go. And what I like about checking out these pageants is that anything can happen. Rankings can change. So for now, I don't know if you agree with my list, but if you have favorites, do list them in the comment section. So for now, I'm gonna say goodbye. I'll see you on Sunday. Don't be late because I'm pretty sure I will be. Bye, guys.